term. Tackle laid by Tom Mitchell, and on his direct opponent this second term is Cooper Dam. So umpire calls for a secondary stoppage. Jensen able to take that one out of the ruck, tackled immediately by his direct opponent in Will McFawn. And umpire with a third stoppage, still inside basically the centre circle. Jensen tap away. Eltham looking to go forward, but handball smothered. Now it's Will McFawn able to get it. Gets it inside forward 50 towards McCubbin of the Zach variety. His handball can't find a target, but Greensborough still looking to go forward. Eventually it does come out to Kai Turner. And his kick forward, I think he might have been dumped after he kicked. So it's going to be a downfield free kick in favour of the Panthers. Outer side wing. Down the ground does find the mark in Cooper Dams. He goes inboard where he does find Lockie Swaney. And he will assess his options inside at forward 50 for the Panthers. Had a running mark, but there was a man standing in the hole. The Eltham forward did really well to bring it to ground. It's going to be a snap towards goal. David Evans had another shot at the big sticks, but sprays that one out to the right-hand side and out of bounds on the full. So Greensborough with a bit of a reprieve there. Just that kick inside forward 50 probably needed to be better. Found the one Greensborough player basically standing on his own.
He certainly did, and credit again to the umpires. They're just not letting anything be paid. They're making them earn every single one.
As Brindley and Ayres go to ground in that marking contest, Will McFawn saves that one before it goes out of bounds, gets it to Will Mitchell, goes with the 1-2 with Ben Fisher, now towards forward 50. Smith going back with the flight, can't take the mark, and Collins able to affect that spoil and get the ball out of bounds, but still in a dangerous area for the Borough.
Another person capable of kicking goals is Ben Fisher, so if they're going to utilise him and find someone else up forward to do that, Ben's going to have to get his skates on in this quarter.
His ball thrown back into place. Smith able to get a swinging arm at it. McCubbin kick inside forward 54 Greensborough. Zach McCubbin. Now coming through is Will Mitchell, but there was a push off the ball, I believe, and it is going to go in favour of Eltham. The player just puts it down on the ground, and that's an easy 50-metre penalty to pay. You can't be giving those ones away. And now Eltham will be marched right into the middle of Greensborough Memorial Park. Got Colm Culligan on his own inside forward 50, but kick comes off the side of the boot. Culligan makes it work, tracked by Jack Johnson, and inside forward 50, but the intercept mark is taken by James McCubbin, and Greensborough will rebound. Compt has it, feigns a handball, and goes onto that left boot and sends it down the ground. Brindley flying for the mark. Coming the other way was Declan Ayres. And he takes the intercept forward off centre wing for the Panthers. Looking to send him back inside forward 50. Culligan there. Evans flies, but staying down was Angus Sievers, and he's able to take the relieving mark for the Borough. Plays on and switches it across his defensive 50, where he does find Commander. Short handball to Panham, and his short kick finds Zach McCubbin. Mitchell, short options, got Jensen for company, but McCubbin's kick can't find him. Just luckily landed a metre inside the playing area, and will be thrown back into play. Centre wing near side. 3.5 minutes gone, first term. Eltham with a 1-point lead here at Greensborough Memorial Park in the Good Friday clash. McCubbin take possession, but taken over the boundary line immediately. And umpire with another ball in here. Jensen and McFawn going at it in the ruck battle, as they have for much of the first term. McFawn on that occasion got the tap down, but straight into the hands of an Eltham opponent. Culligan led his opponent to that contest, but couldn't take the mark. They bring it to ground. Coming through handball, it's going to be to Swaney. He'll send one towards goal. Just out to the right-hand side. Lockie Swaney's had a little bit of the ball in this first quarter and a bit, but his first score of the day, and it's going to be Johnston with the rebound for Greensborough. Yes, handball comes to Davies.
That's quick movement, isn't it?
Just slipped over at the inopportune moment, did McCubbin, and allows Eltham back in, and they'll wrap it up on centre wing outer side.
Both sides are wanting to move the ball really quick, aren't they? They're not wanting to set. They're not wanting them to man up again. It's a fast-paced game.
McFawn flies over Jensen in that ruck contest, brought it to ground. Mitchell got the handball away. And now it's going to come the other way in favour of Eltham. Got a couple of marking targets. David Evans flew at the back, got first hands to it, and was able to grab it on the second bite of the cherry. So David Evans will line up for his third goal of the afternoon.
Don't listen to anything I say today. I said you had to play in front to get marks. He's come from behind. He's beaten 2.
Well, I reckon 99% of players in the Northern Footy Netball League would have to play in front, but David Evans isn't one of those because he can take a mark from anywhere in a pack. We've seen him rise for some huge grabs over the years.
I interviewed him last night and I was holding the microphone up in the air. He is an absolute giant.
So from almost directly in front, a similar position to where he kicked his first goal of the day up the other end of the ground. David Evans sends it on his way. Goal umpire doesn't move. David Evans has 3. And Eltham extend their lead to 8 points. 6 minutes gone, second term. 4-3-27, the Panthers leading Greensborough 3-1-19.
I'm starting to ask myself now as a coach, what am I feeling? Is these matchups right? Is it wrong? Because once they get it inside the forward 50, what I've learnt here is that Eltham are really good and they're backing their tools, as we spoke about before the game.
And they've just got a bit of a wall set up. Greensborough, every time they rebound the ball out of defence, they get it to about the halfway mark, but then it comes straight back in. This Eltham defence is really well drilled and getting on top so far in this matchup. It's an 8-point margin in favour of the Panthers. Ball comes back down. Brindley in the ruck now. Will Mitchell able to get a handball over the way to Rosenbrock, who'll go inside forward 50 for the Borough.
Yep.
And Jamie Smith just wrestles his opponent out of the way and takes a strong mark top of the goal square. And that's exactly the response Matty Hyde would have wanted. And Jamie Smith will line up from basically point-blank range for his first goal of the day.
One-on-one there, Bruno. First time he's been in front position and gets the mark and now shoots for goal.
And Smith sends that one straight through the middle, as you'd expect from that position. So he gets the reply for Greensborough. They move to 4-1-25, trailing Eltham 4-3-27. And you would have been a little bit worried after Eltham kicked that first goal of the second quarter, but Matty Hyde, a bit of a reprieve, and Greensborough able to go straight back inside their forward 50 and get a reply.
It was sorely needed, wasn't it? The margin wouldn't suggest so, but it was starting to look scary if Eltham could get a few more on here.
And Ned Rosenbrock getting into the action. Had a little bit of it in the first quarter, but that was his first real meaningful disposal and a goal assist on his Greensborough debut. So we'll wait to see more from him in this second term, as it is the Mitchell brothers and Rosenbrock in the middle of the ground for the home side. Mitchell just shows it to one Eltham defender and then gets a kick away. And his kick intercepted by Declan Ayres. So not an effective one there. As Eltham look to rebound out of defence once again. Short kick does find McCormick. Has Turner short. Goes in that direction. He's going to go with a short one to Cam Sullivan. Kicked a goal in that first quarter for the Panthers. Got a runner on the outside. Kick, not a good one. Mark almost taken by Eastwood. Brings it to ground. Tackled almost over the boundary line was Cooper Dams.
It's been a structural change here, boys. They put McFawn down on David Evans and they put Tom Brindley into the ruck.
It's one of those ones where they would love to have Nathan Howard out there today, and it's really messing with their structures all around the ground, because you would want Brindley roaming around, but now he has to wrestle with Nathan Jensen for the entire afternoon. It's going to look like, as Rosenbrock gave away a free kick in that, well, before the ball was even thrown in. So Eltham with a chance to go inside forward 50. Jensen, the leading target, comes out to a teammate in Cooper James. Got over the top, but it was touched on the way through, and it's a minor score for the Panthers. They moved to 4-4-28, leading Greensborough 4-1-25. 9.5 minutes gone, second term. Greensborough moving this one out of defence quickly. Brody Glenn on the defensive side of the wing goes over to Severs, and gets it over to Ben Ham, who'll send it inside forward 50. And just out to the right. So Ben Ham with a minor score, but that was probably the cleanest passage of play we've seen all day from either side, from defence to attack.
Severs has been special. I think that'd be his 12th or 13th possession. He's absolutely the standout here so far, him and Will Mitchell.
There's Kai Turner on kicking duties for the Panthers. Short-ish target. And Eltham just looking to set up another foray forward as Turner kept running and got it back from his teammate. Now we'll go inboard. He's still looking towards the boundary. So Turner's going to go at it once again and take another mark. So his third possession in this chain. Handball back over the top. He might get it back here if it gets away. No, McCormick does well to get a handball off. And now inside forward 50 for the Panthers. Evans, Culligan going back with the flight, does really well. Swaney's in there. Robinson as well. Culligan just bullocks his way there. Swaney gets it over to Keith Robinson. Will snap it in board. Chocker's there, but Glenn does really well to affect the spoil. Chocker there to contest with Ben Ham. Going to have to go backwards to go back inside forward 50. Chocker almost run down by Brody Glenn. Now back inside forward 50. McCubbin almost taking the mark. Just couldn't hang on to it. They're desperate here trying to get this one out of defence. Greensborough eventually comes to Bolton, the ex-Watsonia captain, out to Jack Johnston, the current Greensborough captain. And not like Jack Johnston to turn the ball over in such a dangerous position, but he has, as is the pressure of Eltham in this second term. And they'll have a chance to go back inside forward 50, and the leading mark is taken by Keith Robinson, and he'll have a shot at his first in Eltham colours.
It worries me when I see loose Greensborough people in their forward 50. That means they got a loose man, and it's exactly what happened there. They had the man in the hole. They had two running two different directions. Unmanned, got a mark, and what is he, 30 out?
Directly in front is the basketball convert Keith Robinson. Played at Ottawa and St. Anselm colleges in the US before coming back to footy in 2026. And is on the Essendon VFL list. Starts that way out to the left, and it's going to stay out that way. So another minor score on the board for the Eltham Footy Club. 4-5-29, leading Greensborough 4-2-26.
Very impressive, Eltham. I'm very impressed the way they're moving the ball.
Very much so.
Structure.
Jack Johnston finds a teammate in Zach Eastwood, who's been a very impressive player for Greensborough in this first quarter and a bit. Had a fair bit of it off half back. Going to go long down the line. Seaver's the target. It has to lay a big tackle there. And umpire's going to call for that one on the near wing. Jensen doing the ruck contest. Brindley coming in as the Greensborough opponent. Both let it fall to ground. Ham's in there, tackled immediately by McCormick.
Brindley's doing a lot of work at the moment, isn't he? He's rucked and he's having to double back as a backman.
Just unfortunate with the injury to Nathan Howard. Tom Mitchell comes out of that one. Can't get a clean possession away. And then a tackle laid on Hasler by two Eltham opponents, and umpire will call for the ball once again. Both rucks got a hand to that one, but Jensen able to rove it as well and get the handball to McCormick, who'll go in board where Johnston able to take the intercept mark. Quick handball off to a teammate in Commander. He'll send it inside forward 50, but the intercept is taken by the Panthers, and they'll get another reprieve out of defensive 50. McCormick once again in the middle, goes in board where he does find Stafford. Now they'll send it inside forward 50 mark. Had a couple of bites of it. Did Kai Stovall. Quick snap around the body. Evans flies for another mark at the top of the goal square. Swaney's there. Evans tries to break one tackle. Tries to break a second. Handball off to Swaney. Who'll get a handball away. Now a snap towards goal. And Alex Jacobs gets another on the board for Eltham.
Got to give a lot of credit there to David Evans. He knew he was outplayed there, and he wasn't going to be able to mark. That tap forward was just defining.
And they're just putting this Greensborough defence under so much pressure, getting the ball inside forward 50 quick as possible. Defenders are worrying, and it lands in the hands of Alex Jacobs, who will snap his first of the season. Kicked just the 3 goals from his 14 games in 2025. So not a noted goal kicker for this Eltham team, but has one on the board. Former Northern Bull Ants listed player. So Eltham now out to a 9-point lead, 5-5-35, leading Greensborough 4-26 by 9 points, 14 and a half minutes gone. Second term. Declan Ayres pretty happy with what's on the scoreboard, walking along front of us. As Will Mitchell lays a big tackle in the middle of the ground on the goal kicker in Jacobs. And umpire has a secondary stoppage. So Jensen tapped down. Jacobs having to lay a tackle. And umpire a judge that the Greensborough player just dove on that footy. And Jacobs, the most recent goal kicker, is going to have a chance to send Eltham back inside forward 50. Got a couple of options. Stovall's leading. Going to go with a shortish one. Mitchell flies. Thought he was pushed off it. Comes out the back to Evans. Tries to get McFawn out of the tackle. Comes down. Mitchell licking his way through. Gets a handball away for Greensborough. And it's going to be a push in the back. So one the other way. And this one's going to go in favour of Greensborough. And Bolton, the ex-Watsonia captain, making his Greensborough debut today. Long out of defence. Turner's going to fly at the back. Got the spoil down. Couldn't keep it in was Ben Fisher. And we'll have another throw in right in front of basically in the interchange gate for Eltham.
10 scoring shots to 6. Pretty definitive, isn't it, at the moment? And that's why the lead is the way it is.
They would like it to be a bit bigger, the lead, seeing as they had so many more scoring shots. Yep. Brindley threw himself forward.
Right decision.
Got the push from Jensen and made sure the umpire saw it. Jensen doesn't man the mark, so Brindley's just going to go for a waltz down the middle of War Memorial Park. He'll send it long inside forward 50. There's no marking target there for him. It's going to come to ground. And the Greensborough forwards did well to wrap that one up in the end because they were outnumbered by Eltham defenders. And now will be thrown back up once again. Trying to get a kick out. Hasler's there. I think laid the tackle, and I think we'll get rewarded. So an incorrect disposal there, and it will be Jackson Hasler who will line up for a much-needed goal for this Greensborough side. It's basically directly in front, but going to have to kick from almost the paint of 50 metres. Just 8 goals in his 12 games in 2025 for Jackson Hasler.
This will be all of his distance too.
It's not even close.
It's off the side of the
basically
bush.
To the ice cream van in the forward pocket. He's kicked it. Stays in play for Greensborough. Now will go out of bounds. So one that Jackson Hasler will want back.
Might stop and get a soft serve over there. It was that far off to the ice cream van.
Umpire to throw the ball back into play inside forward 50 for Greensborough. As we said, they're in desperate need of a goal midway through this second term to just get the margin back to within a kick. Hasler's in there and able to take clean possession. Snap that one towards goal. Missed the easy one, but snaps the hard one to Jackson Hasler.
That is a fantastic goal, lads. That was from nowhere, right on the pocket line. Maybe in front of the soft serve van, this one. Does he make up for it for the bad kick?
He definitely has. He gets one on the board and gets the margin back to 3 points for Greensborough. 5-2-32, the Borough trailing Eltham 5-5-35. 18 minutes gone, second term.
It's what you expect from your vice-captain now. They've got a lift, don't they? They need to go to another level, Greensborough. Probably just haven't done enough. Game's going to start to settle now.
What a way to redeem yourself, too. That was just fantastic, wasn't it?
That was a shocker of a kick.
That was genuinely one of the worst kicks I've seen. He sprayed it right off the side of the boot, but he's made up for it with the snap from the pocket. And Greensborough, back within 3 points here at home. Ball's going to come down to Brindley. Gets it back to the goal kicker in Hasler. That one off the side of the boot as well. Now Eltham looking to go forward. That one off the side of the boot. And straight out of bounds. Just trickles over the boundary line. So we'll be thrown back into play. But we lauded the skills in the first quarter, but they've gone a bit downhill in this second term. A few kicks spraying off the side of the boot.
Bit of that body oil rubbing off onto the boots maybe and the tackles by now.
So umpire set to throw the ball back into play about 65 around from Greensborough's goal. Eltham's goal. Kicking to the right-hand side of your radio dial. Will Mitchell got hands to Ben Ham, who snaps one around his body. Couldn't take the mark, the Eltham man. Now just gets a quick kick forward. Smith comes along trying to punch that one away, but couldn't get a hand to it.
Great tackle.
Stovall breaks the tackle, gets it out to Chocker. Gets a spoil away. Now a kick inside forward 50, but Jackson Davies peeled off his man and takes a great intercept mark. And he will look to move things on quickly. Finds McCubbin of the Zach variety. Wanted to move it quickly, but just had nothing forward. So he's just going to go a long one down the line. Had a play there in Fisher, flying for the mark against 2 Eltham opponents. Forces the ball to ground and over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in just outside 50. For Greensborough. Smith into the ruck up against Robinson for Eltham. So the battle of the backup rucks here. Smith gets that one down to Hasler. Can't take clean possession. Eventually does, but tackled immediately.
Put his head over the ball, didn't he? Fantastic effort. He knew it was going to get held up there.
Expect nothing less from Jackson Hasler. And it's given away a free kick in the process, I think, or might have been one of the secondary players coming in on that contest. But Eltham with it on the half-back line.
In the back.
Culligan standing under it. Knew he'd misjudged it, so just shoved Jackson Davies under the footy, and Greensborough with a bit of a reprieve.
Standing next to the umpire's boss here, Grant Joyner, and I haven't seen a bad decision so far. He's smiling.
So we'll go inside forward, 54, Greensborough. I think a goal's been kicked. Is it Brody Glenn? Not quite sure who actually kicked that one. I think it might be Brody Glenn. He's going in for the high fives. But Greensborough, all of a sudden, have hit the front. 21 minutes gone, second term. Greensborough 6-2-38. Leading Eltham 5-5-35. We might have to give that one to Brody Glenn for now.
He's still dishing out high fives, so I think it's definitely his. He won't miss the opportunity for a high five.
Yeah, one of the great celebrators of the Northern Footy Netball League, and he has a reason to when he kicks as many goals. So Greensborough now have hit the front after all that dominance for Eltham. A couple of minutes has changed the course of this game.
I think it's really important that they settle again now, Eltham. Don't get overawed and just stop the scoring.
We saw this in the first quarter where Greensborough went on a run, kicked 3 in a row, and then Eltham were able to get the ball back on their terms as holding the ball, free kick. No, it's incorrect disposal being played. It's going to go Eltham's way anyway, but Eltham were able to regain the momentum in the first quarter and take the lead at quarter time, but see if they can do that once again.
They've got a lot of loose men.
It's going to go to the outer side where he does find the marking target in Cooper Dams. We'll go inside forward 50, and the mark is taken for the Panthers.
Cooper Dams. That's a fantastic... I think it was. No, it wasn't. Sorry.
It was Cooper Dams with the kick, but Kai Stovall taking the mark.
That was... he led for that from the goal square and took it probably 35 out directly, just on a slide angle, but that was a fantastic lead. Eltham's done that well today, lads.
As we said, Exmouth 56 goals in 20 games last year, and then went up to the Northern Territory Footy League, kicked 41 goals in his 16 games in the reserves competition up there. So goal kicker is Kai Stovall, making his Eltham debut today. Just a bit of a sider there, just getting the first one out of the way. That one off to the right-hand side and gets the Panthers back within a point. 5-7-37, trailing Greensborough 6-2-38. We played almost 23 minutes in this second term, and Greensborough, the home side, just have finally got things back on their own terms and have hit the front. Johnston has a few options and just going to go long down the line. Had a couple of options right in front of us, but didn't see them. Does find Sievers, though, up the ground, and he takes the mark, looking to move it on straight away. Brindley flies. Can't take the grab. Eltham with the numbers at ground level. Robinson there, tackled. Going to have to go in once again. Tom Mitchell, one of his first disposals of this second term, gets a kick inside forward 50. McCubbin in there for the Borough. But Jacobs for Eltham. His handball intercepted. Andrew Nucko from the deep in the pocket. Just out to the left-hand side. And a minor score on the board for the Borough.
Angus Sievers, very impressive, boys. Very, very impressive. He'd be best on ground for Greensy.
So it's 6-3-39, Greensborough leading Eltham 5-6-36. 23 and three-quarter minutes gone. Second term here at Memorial Park. Kai Turner with possession, tackled and gets it out to Swaney. Gets it back to Jacobs, and now they're going to switch it inside their defensive 50. Robinson takes that mark. And he's going to find an option down the ground in Sullivan, outside a defensive 50. Down the ground, can't quite find a marking target, so it's going to be a contest on forward of centre wing for the Panthers. Umpire will call for it.
Greensborough's got a lot better at the stoppages at the moment, haven't they? They've managed to hold it up in their forward line when they get it down, Eltham.
Ball thrown up once again. Smith gets the tap down, but Eltham get the clearance. It's going to be handball intercepted by Greensborough once again, and another stoppage right in front of the Greensborough bench, and Matthew Hyde will just be assessing what needs to be done, or what he needs to say at the halftime break to boost his side and extend this lead in the second half. Will Mitchell able to get a handball away to Sievers. Goes back to Will Mitchell. Now back to Sievers. Now to Andrew Narco, finally takes control and bursts away inside forward 50, sends it to the top of the goal square where Brodie Glenn wrestling with Bronson Glasgow. Glasgow gets the chocolates on this occasion and spoils it over for another minor score.
Amazing defence.
It's exactly what you'd expect from Bronson Glasgow, one of the greats of this Eltham lineup. And Greensborough now move to 6-4-40. Leading Eltham 5-6 or 5-7-37. 25 and a half minutes gone. Second term. Eltham looking to move that one into defence, but intercepted by Brindley. He's going to go straight back to the top of the goal square. McCubbin's there. Spoiled out of his hands. Now finds Turner, who's kicked to Ayres. Finds him, but it's taken immediately by Brindley. And wrapped up inside forward 54, the Borough. So only a few minutes left in this second quarter. And both sides will be desperate to get the last goal on the board heading into the half-time break.
Kai Turner's been one of the best boys for Eltham.
He's been absolutely brilliant inside defensive 50, as we'd expect from the ex-Mernda man. And there's been a free kick paid in this contest. It is going to be Alex Jacobs who will take it. So a chance for Eltham to go forward late in this first half. Can't take it as McCubbin gets a handball away. Andrew Narco tries to get a kick but is smothered, and now Eltham going to go out of defence once again. Few handball chain away, out of defence. The kick hugging the boundary line. Finds David Evans, does well at ground levels, evades one tackle, tries to evade a second, eventually gets a kick forward, but diving and taking the intercept mark is Jack Johnston. And he'll move it on straight away for the Borough, where he does find Brindley in the middle of War Memorial Park, has Ayres for company. Out of side, finds Brodie Glenn.
Oh, great hit.
And inside forward 50, Andrew Narco takes the mark on the lead. And he'll have a chance to extend Greensborough's lead going into half-time. I was wondering why Brodie Glenn was able to get so open on that outer side. I just saw Bronson Glasgow walking past us, so that would explain it.
Yep. Interchange was all perfect timing, and Harry Andronico, he's fantastic. He presents again, receives the ball out front, and as we know, Brodie Glenn's delivery of the ball is exceptional.
Andrew Narco sends it towards goal, but just out to the left-hand side. So he kicked one from basically an impossible spot in that first quarter, but has missed an easy one in this second term. Is it gone for a behind, or has it gone out of bounds on the full?
Behind, I think.
Okay,
he signalled behind. I think Kai Turner's just bringing it back in.
Yeah, so Kai Turner on kick-out duties once again. Everyone knows where this one's going to go because it has done every time.
Throat.
Almost took it, did the big Greensborough man. Comes down to the ground level. Will Mitchell laying the tackle.
Good tackle.
Alongside Brandon Compt.
No comment.
And it will be wrapped up 60 around from the Greensborough goals. And the halftime siren sounds here at War Memorial Park. And it is the home side with the lead. It's a 4-point margin. Greensborough 6-5-41, leading Eltham 5-7-37.